Israel said to decide on targets it could strike in Iran, now a matter of time, but source tells public broadcaster the targets could also change at the 11th hour. Gallant vows response to Iranian missile attack is coming soon, will be precise and deadly. Israel has decided on the targets it could potentially strike in Iran, according to Israeli television reports Tuesday, suggesting it was moving closer to responding to the Islamic Republic's massive ballistic missile attack last month. According to Channel 12 News, the military presented a list of targets to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant as it finalizes preparations, which include sensitive coordination with other countries in the region. For more than a decade, Israel has rehearsed, time and again, bombing and missile campaigns that would take out Iran's nuclear production capability, much of it based around the city of Isfahan and the Natanz nuclear enrichment complex 75 miles to the north. That is not what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's war cabinet chose to do in the pre-dawn hours of Friday, and in interviews, analysts and nuclear experts said the decision was telling. So was the silence that followed. Israel said almost nothing about the limited strike, which appeared to do little damage in Iran. U.S. officials noted that the Iranian decision to downplay the explosions in Isfahan and the suggestions by Iranian officials that Israel may not have been responsible was a clear effort by the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps to avoid another round of escalation. Inside the White House, officials asked the Pentagon, State Department and intelligence agencies to stay quiet about the operation, hoping to ease Iran's efforts to calm the tensions in the region. But in interviews, officials quickly added they worried that relations between Israel and Iran were now in a very different place than they had been just a week ago. The taboo against direct strikes on each other's territory was now gone. If there is another round of conflict over Iran's nuclear advances, or another strike by Israel on Iranian military officers, both sides might feel more free to launch directly at the other. Mr. Netanyahu was under competing pressures. President Biden was urging him to take the win after a largely ineffective aerial barrage launched by Iran last week, while hardliners in Israel were urging him to strike back hard to re-establish deterrence after the first direct effort to strike Israel from Iranian territory in the 45 years since the Iranian Revolution. Israeli warplanes also fired missiles on Iran during the attack, suggesting that more advanced firepower was involved than initial reports had indicated. It was not immediately clear what types of missiles were used, where they were fired from, whether any were intercepted by Iran's defenses or where they landed. But just as the drones launched from under Iran's nose sent a message about Israel's capabilities, so did guided missiles from Israeli warplanes.